Hello and welcome to Bingen am Rhein. This is the factory of Mobil Tec, who make this plug-in hybrid campervan based on the Ford Transit Custom, which, if you've seen any of my videos from Dusseldorf, you will know is the flavour of the year for 2022. It says plug-in hybrid Viala, which is the brand being used by the company. As you can see, it comes with a rather large manual tent in the roof, and you can also put it on hookup. Anyway, Transit Custom and plug-in hybrid. So let's have a look inside the vehicle. It's got 40 litre fresh and waste tanks, and like all vehicles of this type, it comes with a bed down here which you can move along these rails, and the usual sort of camping equipment. Up here you can see this enormous tent in the roof, and here we have the usual sort of camping stuff that you get. Well, this comes from Dometic. Got 2 burners, and you've got a sink. Now, I have noticed that one very important feature for 2022 is that in the kitchens the hobs are getting further apart, and this is recognition, I think, by manufacturers such as Dometic, Thetford, Can and others, that people are requiring greater space because they're using their own domestic pans, which stands to reason. They're not sort of using these camping mess tin sort of things, which we might have used when we went camping on a bicycle, at least I did 1 or 2 years ago. It's got for a van, well, a camper van, it's got a reasonable sized sink, although it could have done with a larger drain hole. Right, now, as I come over here, I'll just show you 1 or 2 other of these features. This is a 2-way fridge, which just happens to be in the same family as my own fridge in my own van, but mine, of course, is a bit bigger because I have got a motorhome. But one feature here, which I'll show you, there you see that vent. So one of the problems with fridges is that they get mold. So if you leave it on vent, you should leave it open when it's turned off, of course, but if you leave it on vent, then that doesn't happen. So I'm going to leave that there on vent for when so it won't get any mold in it. Right, so what could be up here, because there's a sink behind. You can see the sink down here, the depth of it, and you've got made use of the drawer. That is making use of space. And more storage here. Now, storage under here, this one will be used for the toilet, and this one for something else. And there's a little bit of space here at the back and up here. So really it's the same as in every VW type camper. Notice the word I said type, because somebody will say that's not a VW, it's not a Ford VW camper, or a VW Ford camper, whatever. More storage down here at the back, and of course there's a bit of storage here as well. What is this peculiar looking thing down? That's your table, which fits neatly onto the back of the van. Now let's come to this part here, which is showing the electronics. Oh no, before I do that, I want to tell you about this. Right, so this is a plug-in hybrid. So it runs off 2 types of fuel, which are electricity and petrol, gasoline, as it said in the United States. So what they've got, they can't put a diesel heater in it, but they can put a petrol heater, and that is a petrol heater in the van. And right, so let's come up here so we can see here we've got the light switches. Let's turn the lights on. Yeah. There you are. And so we've got the date up there, Thursday the 9th of September 2021. That is the day, and you've got the time. And we can also see what the current score is on the battery. Look at that, internal temperature 33 degrees. Not bad, eh? Here we have, that was oh, there's no water in it. Okay, there's no water in the system, so we're not going to be using any. Let's see what the score is on the tanks. All right, so there's no water, fresh water, and there's no wastewater. And so here you can see what's the score on the batteries as well. This is Aufbau, that's a habitation battery, so it's now got 13.3, and the Fahrzeug, that's the vehicle battery. That's how much is coming in. And here we have the score on the solar, so you can see it's 0.7 amp. It's feeding in at the moment, and we're not, nets means hookup, so we're not connected to hookup. So that gives a description of what's happening with that one. Good. Right, the habitation battery is under that front chair. I suppose it's a good place to put it, really, because the chair, under the chair, it's always empty, the space. And it's on a automatic gearbox, though I think all the electric cars, like all electric vehicles, have an automatic gearbox. And if they're not, let me know. So, good. Now, what are the advantages? I think that if somebody gets something like this and they pay around 95,000 euros, because this is approximately the price, you're looking at a good 20,000 plus for the electrical bit. The idea is, of course, that, well, the electric battery is free. Well, it isn't, because you still have to pay to fuel up, but it's considerably cheaper than using fuel like petrol or diesel or whatever. So that would be the first point of something like that. Would you save 20,000 plus by filling up with electricity? I think you possibly would, actually. Depends how long you keep the vehicle, so that would be one thing to consider. Another thing is that the technology is sort of advancing now so quickly as far as electrification is concerned, that clearly it will be out of date within 3 or 4 years, but well out of date. But hey, you live for the present, you don't live for the future. You never know what might happen. You know, you might go out today of your home and get eaten by a vicious gerbil. You don't know that, so you must live for today. Right, let's have a look at the back, assuming it's open. It isn't. The back isn't open. So as the back's not open, I'm going to have to stick this around the back like this, so you see in this way. So there's another look at the back. The point here I want to make, though, that there is really a lot of space down there. You've got an outer shower there. Now the problem with vehicles, of course, of this nature is that there's no shower inside, and this to me is a major problem. Anyway, having said that, right, let's have a look. We've got curtains out around here as well, so you can black it out at night. And you could put curtains at the front as well, or these blinds which come around. Now, what you probably want to see, though, is an electric Fiat Ducato, Mercedes Sprinter, this type of thing. And okay, those things are beginning to come online, but they're not in any great numbers available as of present. So also comes Omni Store awning, which is there, and so that gives you an overall look. So thanks very much for watching, and all the best from Germany.